we're back. We are back, and we are about to discuss probably the most talked about topics in the history of topics. We're going to talk about romantic relationships. So you have me. I'm Kairos.
Say maybe your
I'm single.
orientation.
Oh, my bad. I'm Kairos. I'm 31. I am single, but you know it is what it is.
And on the market.
I'm on the market, but not desperate. That part.
Katrina here, also single, heterosexual.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
She heard.
She heard. Okay, we got to keep it like that. All right.
Yes.
We,
Also
we
on the
have
market.
jobs, careers, home. We
Okay,
pay our own bills.
desperate.
I'm sorry.
But she ain't lying. We got our own car.
So I have.
I'm a pass over here now.
So yeah, I'm Chelsea. I'm 31. I am single, but I'm in a situation. Okay? So that means that's my man, but he ain't my man, but that's my man. So that's what we at with it. Until a ring come on,
That's right.
I'm single, but that's my man though. So that's what we at right now.
Okay. All right. What y'all got?
All right, I'm Taylor. I'm 31. I'm the married one. Mm-hmm. And I'm just Simone. I'm 31 and I am currently single and ready to mingle.
Okay, we love that.
And also not desperate.
Definitely.
Never desperate.
No, but
That is not even in my classification.
So
Right.
I know that all of us have been on dating apps,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, and we got something to talk about. Like, what's going on with the state of the world and dating right now? I would love to hear somebody's opinion.
I would just like to say I have heard that there is pee in that pool.
The pee
Baby,
is
it's
thick.
It is
Diarrhea.
It is
Okay.
thick. It is giving UTI. It's giving like what I don't know.
It ain't it.
It's not it. So I want to ask you, ladies, like, where do you think it went wrong?
Social media. For someone who has been on the dating scene, been in a relationships, the apps I think are overly saturated with men who take it. Let me not specifically say men, because individuals who do not take things seriously are not really ready to be committed. I think the initial concept of a dating app had great intention. But I think now has turned in literally to just a swarm pool of feces, urine, uncommitted individuals that are not looking to be honest and forward. And in summary, if the biggest thing I find on dating apps of any sorts, from Bumble, Tinder, Facebook dating, I mean, they're literally everywhere. Nobody knows how to be honest with each other. So even if you're not interested, speaking for myself, I don't take it personally. I'd rather you be forward and say, hey, it was nice to get to know you, but I'm not interested, versus the ghosting, the lack of communication, wondering where you went. We get somewhere, then you don't hear from them for a few weeks, then they turn back up. I'm not doing that. So I think the people that are unintentionally trying to do something is where we've gone wrong. Otherwise, take yourself off the app and or be honest. I'd rather someone say, I'm not here for this and this is what I'm here for, versus just the elaborate, fabricated BS that then sounds good at the time, but somehow we cannot seem to be honest with each other. But that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants honesty and commitment, but can't seem to send a text or a nice phone call or Facebook Messenger just saying this ain't it.
I think Simone makes a very strong point, and I'm just gonna kind of like piggyback off of that for a second, because the issue I feel like with dating apps is like people can be whoever they want on the apps, right? So they come on there, they'll give this strong. I read bios. I don't know about y'all, but I read bios. I mean, I look at the picture, and you better be a strong picture in the front, because then get to the rest, whatever. I need a strong picture. I need a bio. I read the bio, and so when I'm reading the bio, I'm like, okay. It's like the bio be like, I'm looking for a strong woman that is ready to commit. Blah 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 blah. They'll message you with a stupid shit like, hey, how's your day going? Then you respond and you're like, oh, it's great. Like, how is yours? Done. That's it. So then why did you even message me? You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that for you, sis.
Baby, it is happening far too many times.
Yeah.
You know, I'd honestly rather you message me and be like, hey, my house is burning down. Do you know somebody that could help me out? Yes, I'm coming over right now. You know what I'm saying? Give me something. Like, you're saying, hey, how's your Tuesday? Well, it's fucked, Fred. Thanks for asking. Like, like I need something more.
We write these bios for people not even to read them. So when you ask me the questions or something that's already been written, are you paying attention? It's the small things. So for instance, about like most recent, I broke the ice by saying something about R&B because I am an R&B person, 90s all the way, early 2000s. And I broke the ice because the person who was trying to talk to me said something in regards on their bio about R&B. When I responded, I initiated the conversation.
Ooh,
And when I did that and then the conversation got started, he said, what about you? My first thought, me being who I am, sarcastically, did you even read what I said to you? Because I already told you. So it's just more of like, I don't think people do that, read bios and or you wrote it and I'm literally responding to what you wrote about yourself. So people can act like whoever they want to be on social media.
Exactly.
Couple more things about these dating apps. Number one, you using pictures from 2019, sir.
Oh, that
So
part
I'm just
right
wondering,
there.
did your hairline recede overnight, or
It's time to go to Turkey, baby.
just trying to just get on the plane, go ahead, get your new little hairline. Just kidding. It's not even about all of that, but like you need to show what you look like present day. Okay, not when you peaked in high school or college.
Baby,
I'm being so honest right now. Look,
Okay, go ahead, sis.
2019, because when I finally make it to the point where I try to add you on Instagram, sure, and I scroll and I see the picture you got on your dating app, it's from when you were in college 15 years ago. I'm just, you haven't taken out one good picture since then. Anyways, it's not about
red flag.
Right, it's not about the physicality all the time. I think there's much more layers to people than what they present on the outside. But on a dating app, it's what you're seeing at first glance, the pictures, the bio. You're supposed to present present day Katrina. And that's what I'm going to give you, okay?
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you present day Katrina, not my thought as Treen 5 years ago. You're going to see the different hairstyles, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to see the wig, the bundles, the braids, the natural. Because that's right. That's who I am.
Maybe not the
Today.
bonnet, but
Yeah, not the bonnet.
not yet.
Not,
on the app.
on the dating app pictures, though.
Yeah, not on the app, baby.
That's for like the second face.
Maybe like the text.
Because that's the other thing. If you're not willing to talk on the phone, at least FaceTime so I can figure out if you a hatfish or not.
Or what's this extra? Go to dinner. Go to on a walk. Hit the movies.
Speak your shit, sis.
Messages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chelsea, what do you have to say? I mean, I know you're in a situationship,
I used to be on them dating apps, and I think my problem was, like how you said, like they're not consistent. And I think mine was maybe I'm not on the right dating app. Right. Because I felt like all the ones that I'm like, damn, I know him. I know him. I know you. What the hell? I'm trying to find somebody I don't know. I don't want no one, because why the hell you here? You were just on my Facebook and IG DM. I don't want you here either.
and tell me why it'd be somebody you know that's already in a relationship.
My point exact. So why the fuck are you here?
Oh,
What's
does
going
Maggie
on?
know that you're on here?
Do you want me to go tell her? I will tell her
And
quickly.
And did.
And
And did. Yes.
And
Maggie girl.
you know who you are.
So, yeah, I don't know, but I feel like that's like, it's the same. But I feel like even when you get off the app, right? So now it's like the beginning of like, oh, we trying to talk. Please do not what you doing me.
Now the WYD. I know you are educated
Please.
enough.
What are you doing?
Please do not do that every 30 minutes. I need conversation. Because I feel like even the people that were in my DMs that were trying to talk to me, it was, where's the spice? Why am I having to keep conversation going on when you wrote me?
That part
Am
right
I
there.
the bitch or are you?
Ooh.
Yeah. I just need to know.
You know what? I think you made a good point that we can segue into. I feel like men these days are like in their soft girl era.
They are.
I sent Simone this reel that was like, it was very funny. It was like the girl was courting the man. I mean, the girl pulled up to the gas pump and the man's like, "Oh, you're gonna get your gas, right?" And she's like, "Well, I guess so." You know, like
It's the women too. Don't leave that out.
no, but what I'm saying to you is like
men want to be the bitches.
They do, and you know why?
And, but okay, so I seen it when the post when it was like, "I'm the catch." Like he felt like he was the catch. You can be the catch on if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man.
Right.
You taking me on a date. You're doing stuff as not even a couple, but if you want to get to know me, you're actually going out your way to get to know me.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? You are the catch because you're doing what you're supposed to do, but you're not bringing nothing to the table. And you think you the bad bitch. Right. We both can be a bad bitch. We would never work.
Because now I'm questioning: are you straight? Okay.
Right, like what?
So, but I think it also. Sorry. Because I have a lot to say about this, but I think it also goes. I was recently watching and/or listening to another conversation in regards to why women, let's speak for us since we're all women, why women act like that in the first place. Nobody tends to acknowledge why women have this independent, fierce, I got to do things by myself, got to take care of things by myself. Have anybody, whatever partnership they're in, chosen to actually figure that out? Like, so why are they not able to be in their soft girl era or being able to be received or feel like their independency is present? Maybe because their man makes them feel like they have to drag the relationship, be committed or pay for all the bills. Like, and so I was just listening to this other conversation in regards to there's oftentimes a bigger picture of we're so worried about why a woman can't be independent or be soft and or submissive, because that's a whole nother conversation about submission and submission.
That's the one,
baby. We won't even get on that because there is a positive thing about submission. I agree on that. But anyways, but it goes into the deeper discussion of why is your significant other like that in the first place? Is it anything, trauma, PTSD, past experiences, and or in their current relationship, what are they not receiving that then makes them feel and or act the way they are acting? Has anybody, the bigger picture, stepped aside and been like, what am I doing or lack of not doing? Why is my individual and or significant other acting like that? Because I think that just draws in, everybody isn't trying to just be a big girl and, you know, be independent and I can do all bad by myself. Maybe it's a bigger picture of why they had to be and or are being like that.
Because they have to.
I agree. But my question is, what I'm seeing now is there's a lot of women that are independent, that are on their boss girl shit. I'm talking got their own house, own car, you know, whatever. But they have, whether it's that's how they've always been or they have healed from something that has been destructive or abusive or toxic or whatever, what have you. I feel like men are more intimidated by that. The issue is, it's like, well, how can I approach that? Because it's like, she on her boss girl shit, but she don't need me. But men want to feel needed. Okay, so that's fine. But then you have to bring something better to the table. Because, bitch, I'm the table. I'm the silverware. I'm the plates. I'm everything. Like, so if you're not bringing more than that, then sorry, like, that's not going to work. Yeah. So I'm not even trying to be like, I'm trying to be a passenger princess. It's just knowing your worth and what you bring to the table. And I need you to match that. Right. I will be feminine, soft, submissive to you, but I need you to be a man. And I'm only speaking about traditional heterosexual relationships. Okay. There's, you know, everything when it comes to romance is multifaceted. But for me, I'm speaking about a traditional heterosexual relationship. I want my man to be a man. Know your role. I will play the feminine role, but I need you to do your part.
Right.
I think that pocket of men that you're referring to, very small percentage. At this point, the people out there that meet that criteria, the men out there that meet that criteria, way smaller proportion than equal parts women that can bring that level to the table. Women are being more educated, and Black women specifically, more educated, higher paying jobs. We're elevating. We are buying the houses. We're buying the cars.
A man
independently, right. Not needing that. Now I say need, but Would we like a partner to do that with? 100%. I'm a head of household girly.
That's right.
Would I love to yield my head of household?
Swing over to the side.
Step aside, walk in the door and kick my shoes off. Not have to do the dishes all the time, or have to do every part of being head of household. Sure. Would I love that for myself? Sure. Will I be submissive to the right person?
Absolutely.
Yes. But that's one thing that I've told myself as a 31-year-old single woman with everything I've accomplished up until these 31 years. I can't put Katrina aside and just take anybody at this point. Like, you have to match me. And then we can go higher together. You don't have to leave me behind. I don't want to leave you behind. We can soar. Okay, the sky's the limit. And I want us to go together. But at this point in my life, I'm not a fixer upper. That's it. I'm not doing that no more. I've done it. We ain't doing that no more. So unless you can match my energy and then some, I'm leaving you behind, baby. And I will stay head of household as long as I need to be head of household.
Chelsea, you got something to add to that? How do you feel like? Can I ask a personal question?
Yeah.
In your situationship, that's okay if I say that. Do you feel like the responsibilities of that relationship are shared, or do you feel like you're doing more, or you feel like he's doing less? Or, I mean, how do you feel? Like, you feel like it's?
So we literally just had a conversation about that. He actually said that he felt like sometimes that I want to, or I have like this masculine leader, and he feels like sometimes he cannot lead properly. And I understood that. I think how I grew up, only can speak for me, why I am the way I am because of my father. I am blessed and highly favored. I'm not gonna say I'm spoiled. So I'm used to that from my father. So of course that's how I've always been. My mother is a strong woman as well. So it kind of leads down and trickles down to my relationships. Like, I'm not gonna settle for anything. I'm not gonna wait around on you to do stuff for me when I can do it for myself. So of course I'm gonna come off as strong a lot. And of course, like I said, men want women to kind of need them. So now at this point, I have been trying a different role of being a little bit more softer. So no, he does a lot. I cannot complain. I can't complain if I want to, but I'm not going to complain because, like I said, he does a lot. So he does, like I said, anytime I'm at home, I work from home. He's sending me food every day. So it's other things that we talked about, like romance. That's a whole different topic, but being romantic, that's something that I feel like honestly that's something he needs to work on. But like him leading, he does literally everything for me. Like everything. So I really can't complain. But like I said, he does feel like sometimes that I try to water down his masculinity, and I don't want to do that because that it will ruin a relationship. Yeah, it can. So absolutely. I mean, I get it. I get that part.
And I think you guys, from just like talking to you, you've done like a great job of like finding that balance, But I'm gonna segue to Tay for a second because she's our married friend in the group, and I would love to hear about your journey and how it's been for you.
Thanks, girl. So it's interesting because I think when you guys sit here and we talk about being single and being in situationships, some of the things that you guys talk about, I feel like are the same in a marriage.
It is.
So I have to go back and piggyback off the part of being submissive. So when my wife and I met, she said that she literally asked God to send her an independent woman. And I think when she asked that, she got more than what she could bargain.
You got to
for.
be careful for what you ask for.
Absolutely, because you will definitely get it. And I think that came because of the fact of, one, her meeting somebody that was younger than her, but I do believe that was more mature than her. So I was always about my money. That never wavered. Working 2-3 jobs. When I got promoted to supervisor at my job, when I became store manager at my job, that came with a good raise. So I was always about my money. I could always stand on my own 2 feet. And I think for me, being so independent is because I watched my mom be so independent. Not because she wanted to, but by choice. So when you have that person who is the mom who's so much stronger than my dad,
I felt like I had to follow in her footsteps. So I'm gonna get my money so I can have my own. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go to school so I can have my own. Like I can always fall back on me. And even in my wife and I getting married, I still have that same mindset because for me, in any situation, if I give you that one opportunity to do something, and the minute that you don't do it, or something did not get paid, or I put my trust in you this much, and if you would have did it, it probably would have went all the way, and you didn't do it, you never have to worry about me asking you again. I'm going to continue to do it each and every time, and me becoming submissive is no longer a thing. I'm still going to continue being the dominant one until I feel like you can handle everything and I can be submissive. But when you give me that ease, cool, sure, I don't mind it. Until then, I feel like I'm going to continue being in this dominant role. Yeah, my house is still going to be clean. Yeah, I'm still going to cook for us. But I feel like that's the necessities that we have to do in our everyday life. But that's also for me to survive as well as for you to survive. So even in a marriage, it's still going to feel the same unless you're equally yoked. But if you're not equally yoked,
Okay.
what are you doing?
I thank you for sharing because I always love hearing your opinion because you are my married my sister, but you're married, and I do have a few friends that are married, but it's very few far in between.
Very few.
Very
I'm,
few.
I'm waiting to be next. Okay?
Very
Time is
few.
ticking.
Right.
Me too.
Oh.
I want to put a dress on.
Okay.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's always interesting, to hear from these ladies and their perspectives on things, whether it's, Chelsea from her situationship and then us being single and then Tay being married, No, I'm sorry. I wasn't I'm not trying to bold, underline, italicize, but anyways, but yeah, no, how did that journey, I do want to ask another question. When you got together with your wife, like, how was that process? Because I know that was like some time ago. So I can't even think. I think 10 years ago, dating apps was still a thing, but I think Tinder was like head honcho. I don't even know if you know what that is.
Like, we're the same age.
No, I say that because you weren't really on
but
apps like that.
I know, but like, I knew what it was.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Do you? Do you?
Yes,
Okay.
I knew what Tinder was. Jesus, Lord, it was at the same time. What was the other one? Meat Fish, something.
Plenty of fish.
Whatever. But y'all knew. But did you know what I meant?
Yes.
All right.
I didn't meet no
It didn't
fish.
matter.
Well,
You know what I
didn't.
meant.
Meat fish.
Meat fish, plenty of fish, goldfish. Okay, you knew. Meat fish, plenty of fish, goldfish. Okay, you knew.
Okay.
But at that time it was very popular. I was dating somebody. So this is the story.
Oh, okay.
So at that time, before I met my wife, I was dating somebody, and I feel like sometimes, when you've been trying to like dating people who are in your same like age group, it's like, all right, let me try to find somebody older. Like they have to be more mature, they have to be grounded, they have their foundation, everything is together. And this is what I thought. So I was 23 maybe. She was 32, 33. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like she's 10 years older. We got this. Like she said she worked for VCU. I was like, okay. She had a part-time. She was a manager at FedEx. I'm like, okay. Place, car, yada, yada. I'm like, about time. We go out for dates. Everything's good. By the fourth date, we go to Mama J's. If you know, you know. And we're talking, and all of a sudden, like all the truth start coming out. So then I find out she has 2 kids. Okay, and not even okay. We're talking like 13-year-old, 1-year-old.
That is a huge gap.
Absolutely,
And that's a hell fucking no.
Okay. All right. So not only do we find out you have 2 kids, we also find out you live with your ex.
Oh, no.
Say what?
Yes. Okay.
Like
Wait,
a
is
burgundy
this a man?
flag.
No, this is the female.
No, I'm talking about the ex.
Oh, a
Ooh.
female.
Oh, I was gonna say that was a good.
But the 1-year-old, that's why I was like, okay.
So they decided
To have a surrogate.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Messy.
Oh, they were in it.
But it was like only a year.
Baby, they
A
still
year.
in it.
They,
Right.
At this point, yes. Okay. So again, that's what I thought. So, as the truths and stuff were coming out, it was pretty much like, oh, it doesn't matter the age group. Just people aren't shit
Yeah.
at this point. And yeah, so from that, I had pretty much said, like, I'm not worried about dating. It is what it is, because I had gotten out of a serious relationship before that. So I was like, you know what? Just take your time, chill. I go to a party with a friend of mine, and sure enough, my wife is sitting there. We sit down next to each other, just start conversing, all these things. And when she left, I was like, you know what? She was attractive. I wouldn't mind having her number. So I asked my friend. She did her little investigating work and then got her number. And after that, we pretty much talked every day, all day. Yeah, and that was almost 10 years ago. So that's how we met. And at the time, like I said, I was taking time for myself, getting out of a relationship. She was getting out of a relationship. So it was really just cool, but it also felt different. I think it's because we didn't grow up the same. So I love the fact of like meeting people from different backgrounds, perspectives. It makes stuff more interesting. And also too, she was really the first person that I had met that was very consistent, had a good job. And to be only a year older, I had never seen that in the people that I had previously dated. So that was also interesting.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And then at that time, it was also somebody that was always down to do, down to go anywhere, never said no, all these different things. So it was different. It was like, oh my gosh, like this is a different perspective. And I was like, I like it. Like, cool, we're with it. We going to girlfriend. You know. And of course, like as your relationships keep going further and further, you know, you go through stuff, ups and downs, and then, you know, fiance, married. Here we are sitting on Simone's couch.
You know, that was a great way to close this segment because our time has come to an end about this topic, but we're going to have a part 2 because I feel like there's more that we have to talk about. Because I really want to talk about being soft and feminine. Like and like when that's right, when there's the right time to do that. I think that's really important because like I said, nowadays I feel like men are too soft and feminine for me. Like
They're the bitch.
they like Chelsea said, absolutely. And it's just like I feel like that's kind of where it went wrong. They were so used to women being timid and malleable and easily manipulated that nowadays women have taken the torch and have been like, no, we can do all that by ourselves. We don't need you at all, and have been doing it. So you know, unfortunately, I agree with Chelsea that and Train, and that's why we have a very small group of men that still are in that category. Yeah. And it's really hard to find them.
And they're hiding somewhere.
They are.
I don't know where. But they not on Meet the Fish.
Yeah. But if you are out there and you're those men that, you know, can at least, you know, what Meet the Fish. Yes, please. That's the next app. Okay, Meet the Fish. But we want the men to step up and do what needs to be done because dating is it should be fun and it's like not fun anymore.
It's very stressful.
It's stressful as hell.
Too stressful.
She's right, and it's gotten to the point where now it's like as long as you meet 3 requirements, people are ready to get married tomorrow.
Maybe. Right.
But
yeah.
but what I'm saying is people they're just frustrated. That's where we're at. But we'll talk about that more on the next segment.
Also, can we talk about being equally yoked? We can't jump over that.
Yeah,
we can't jump over that.
That was good.
We can't
sis.
jump over that.
Yes.
I like
I can
that.
go deeper. Egos, even down to what you said about being in your feminine energy to allow the man to even be able to step up.
It's hard.
But
It's hard. Because, babe, I'll be like, bitch, don't do that. Because I will. I'm going to let you have it, though.
Look, I can't have you be yoked if you're not willing to be yoked. Like,
Yeah,
it's just like,
that
so
part right there.
And that's when the egos come in, and it's like, I can't help what I do for a living, but you can help what you do.
Ah.
But next
Next segment. Thank you for tuning in.